This is my baby Faith, and today is hair day for her. We are taking out her 3 or 4 week old braids, and she is long overdue. I am going to be giving her a style that doesn't require braiding hair. I don't use braiding hair on my daughter. I never have. I only have braided her natural hair because I just think it's not necessary for her. And I'm not saying that because she got, some hair. My baby was a bald baby. The back of her hair was really short for a very long time, and it still is short. But I feel like just with a consistent regimen for her, keeping her hair braided, conditioned, and moisturized, it will eventually grow. I think sometimes people over obsess with length, so they're constantly putting tight weave braids in their baby's hair, and it's just, in my opinion, not necessary. So for me as a mom, I do not use braiding hair. So we're going to go ahead and get into the takedown process. Like I said, she's had her braids in for quite some time. She has quite a bit of new growth. So I'm going to start by unraveling the ends with a rat tail comb and just taking that all the way down. Now, I did lightly mist her hair with water before I started, but y'all probably gonna have something to say, and I made a reel and somebody like, you're not gonna completely use detangling spray. I'm not a big fan of that, because to me, sometimes when you overly drench the hair in like water-based product, it makes the dirt, the dandruff, and all the gook, all that buildup, it makes it like gummy. And to me, it's harder to get out the hair, in my opinion. So sometimes I actually prefer to do it dry. But during this process, you have to be very, very, very careful, because if you're doing it fast, if you're doing it rough, you will cause breakage, and you do not want that. So before I even start using my comb or brush to detangle, I go through with my fingers and break all that buildup up with my fingers first. Now, by all means, if it's better for you to use a detangler to loosen it up, baby, do your thing. But for me, it just comes out the hair better when it's dry. So you take your time though. Don't just rake through the hair. Just gently comb it down until you get it to the ends where you can just like pull it off with your fingers. What I'm doing right here. And I do both sides very gently. I'm not being rough. And make sure you have time to do this. If you in a rush, do not even bother trying to go through this process, because it is tedious, it is long, and I know with dealing with children, it can be a hassle. I get it. So do this when you got lots and lots of time, where you can be gentle and work through each and every braid with care. And that's what you see me doing here. I'm just raking that build up to the ends of the hair. My baby is munching. Make sure they got something to do. Make sure they busy. Because this can be a long process. And as you can see, when you get it to the end, then you can kind of comb out all the shed hair and everything else that didn't get built up in that. Baby, I was taking down my daughter's hair. She had a piece of grass, some glitter. I tell you, kids, they just, baby. But anyways, like I said, my daughter has always struggled with her back area, and ever since she was a baby. So we're really working on just trying to regrow her hair out. I don't know if I want to cut it even yet, or am I gonna wait, because my daughter has also cut her hair. She's cut it in the back and she's cut it in the front with some scissors. So we got a bunch of unevenness. I just haven't determined when I am going to cut her hair even. I think right now I just want to focus on keeping her scalp clean, keeping it moisturized. And when it grows out a little more, then I'll cut it even. Now we have successfully got her hair taken down. We got most of the build up out, and this is what we're working with. So now what we're gonna do is wash and condition. I did do that off camera, but next time I do her hair, I am going to show you how I wash her hair. So we got her washed and conditioned. This is how her hair texture is. She has a texture where she has actually thin strands, but she has a lot of thin strands. So I guess she has fine hair, but it's still, she has fine hair, but her density level is good. It's up there. And now I'm gonna go and blow dry it. I always section her hair off in 4 sections to make it more manageable. If you have a blow dryer with a comb on it, a comb attachment, I truly believe that is the best way to get a nice blowout for braids. I did not have a comb attachment at this point, but we gonna work it out. So like I said, I do 4 sections. This time I did 3. I think I couldn't find another scrunchie at the moment. So I just broke it down to where I can blow dry a quarter of her hair at a time. And I use this shampoo brush to brush out her hair, because that shampoo brush I got is really good. So I would truly invest in one. I'm using, ouch, I bit my tongue. But I'm using some Design Essential Leave In Heat Protectant Spray. It's called HCO. It's really good. I like it. So that is definitely a product you can try. And we gonna work this section. I am using that brush I was telling y'all about, because it detangles her hair really, really good when I'm washing it. So I just used it after too. Now we're blow drying. And like I said, this definitely can be a process for a child. So if your child can't sit that long, I would suggest doing it in sections. If one day you got to do the shampoo and conditioner, and the next day blow it out in braid, you know, do whatever is gonna make it easy for both of y'all. Or you might want to shampoo and blow dry one day, braid the next. You know, whatever makes it easier for the both of y'all. This can be a tedious process for both mom or dad and child. The tension method is another good method for blow drying. That's when you just kind of hold the hair stretched out and just let the blow dryer run on it before you start going in and actually doing it with a brush. That's a good method too that you could try. So I'm going to go ahead and do this exact same thing to all my sections, and this is her hair completely blowed out. So I'm using Shining Jam to braid her hair. I honestly, I don't like using real firm gels like BTL or just really hard braiding gels on her, because like I explained earlier, she has fine hair, so she doesn't need that. I think it's too strong. So for her, jam is just enough hold for her. If your baby has more coarser hair, you might can use a firmer gel. I just personally wouldn't use a lot. Now we're gonna get into her braid style. I started off by doing 2 cornrows going straight to the back in the middle of her head. And that's what you see me doing here. I'm gonna just let y'all watch me do this braid. So these are the 2 cornrows I did directly in the middle. Now moving on to the next braid, I'm gonna do 2 braids going down towards the ear now. So that's 2 in the middle. Now 2 going down directly to her ear. Now I continued that same pattern, 2 going back, 2 going down, 2 going back, 2 going down until I finished her head. And I'm going to do the same design on the exact same side. I did some edges on her, and this is how her hair came out. Really cute, girly. I threw some beads on there, and she's ready for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting more braid styles that doesn't require weave. Thanks.